Hey everyone, we are starting in a minute.
Hey everyone, thank you for your patience. We'll be starting in 5 minutes.
Hey everyone, I hope you all are doing really fantastic. I know most of you are having internal vivas, but still you have made it to be here. Thank you for that. So today we are here to discuss about the solution challenge. Without wasting any more moment, let's get started with it. So any of you ever heard about the solution challenge? If yes, put it in the chat section. Okay, so you have heard about the solution challenge. Nice, Akshat, Divyansh. So nice. So if those of you who don't know about the solution challenge, so let me tell you what is solution challenge is. It's a Google flagship hackathon which is held globally where students across the globe participate. And the problem statement for this hackathon is basically UN based problems. So, any of you in the room can tell me how sustainable goals problems we have? 17, exactly. Okay, like nice, like we have no 17 problems there. Okay, so here you can, so next slide. So here it is. So here you can see that the summarized picture of all the sustainable goals is here. Don't know about that. So we are having a 17 sustainable goals are set for the global goals adopted by the UN United Nations member state of address various challenges and improve the well-being of people in the planet. Okay, so some of them are like no poverty, hunger, good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitation. So like that, decent work and economic growth, industry, innovation, and infrastructures. These are the problem statements for this solution challenge. So they are having more problems like shape for the goals like that. Okay. So now here is the most awaited questions you must be having. Who can apply for this hackathon? Like, am I eligible or not? Or so like so here's the answer for all these questions. Basically, anyone, so any university student from graduate or undergrad program can apply for it. And just there is a single line, you just have to should be above 18 years old. Okay. So now let's discuss some of the rules for the participation in this hackathon. So each person can join one team, all right? And you and your team member can be from different universities, even though he or she can be from different countries as well. And after forming the team, you just have to notify any of the GDSC MAIT member about that. And the registration for this hackathon going to be start from 28th of January to 22nd of February. Okay. So now let's talk about the prizes, what you will get by this hackathon. So, like, if you made it into the top, you will receive customized mentorship, receive mentors from Google expert to take your solution to the next level, and a branded T-shirt and a certificate as well. If you made it in the final 10, you will receive additional mentorship plus swag box and the opportunity to showcase your solution to the Googlers on the demo day live on a student develop Google student developers channel. And if you made it in the final contestant, you can get a reward up to $4,000. And if you won the hackathon or if you made it in the top teams, you will get the reward up to $1,000. Sounds interesting. So what GSC Mate is providing you for this hackathon, for the preparation for this hackathon? So we'll be launching the Getting Started with Google Technologies track for events where our mentors from GDSC MAIT will arrange workshops for their respective tech stacks and start with it, that tech stack, and develop with it. Okay, so we'll be going to announce that workshop soon. So let's meet our speakers. So let's let's do the winning team from the previous year and get to know the mantra of winning. All right. So introducing Eric, Jason Christian, Jason Jeremy, and Philippus. Hi guys.
Hello, can you
Hello,
hear me?
hey. Hello.
We will
Okay,
start.
right now, one of our Jason Jeremy is running a little bit late. He has like another session as well at the same time with us. Maybe we can like start first if you want, but maybe let's all introduce ourselves first. My name is Philpasejo Tandra. I worked on One Reader. I'm currently in semester 5 in my university. Jason?
My name is Jason Christian Highlando. I'm the lead of the Wonder Reader project. I'm currently already graduated like 2 weeks ago. So I'm currently fully working on Wonder Reader. Uh, we have plans to make Wonder Reader a thing even after the competition. So we want to make a company out of this. So that's what we're doing right now. And all right.
Hey, my name is Arik. I'm currently studying for a master's, but I'm just the guy working on the software for OneReader. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe we can share our screens.
Yes, yes, you can. Let me just stop presenting. Now
Okay.
you can do it.
Screen number 2. There we go. Can you see it?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, cool. So, welcome to our sharing session for One Reader. So, what we're gonna discuss today is the motivation behind One Reader and One Reader itself, and of course, our journey. Because, of course, we have our end goal already, which is One Reader is already complete. But behind that, there is a long journey that we had to undertake. So, yeah, this is our logo for One Reader, and this is the video. So maybe we can watch this first. Can you hear the sound, Piyush?
No, no, it's not audible.
No, yeah. Okay, hold on. Hmm, presenter view. No, not that. Okay, how about now?
It's very tiny, Jason.
It's very
Yes.
tiny. Do I just increase my computer volume?
Yeah, try. Ah,
Okay.
okay.
That's better.
It's good. Now it's gone. Jason?
Yeah.
The audio like was alive and then like died again.
How? How about now?
Oh, I'm hearing it from your microphone.
Students can type their answer with Wonder Reader's built-in Braille keyboard, as well as use the button to listen to the question. After rounds of testing, we have some improvements coming in. A new iteration of the Wonder Reader device that takes into account the user's needs. Our companion app is now native on Android, making it easily accessible anywhere. Firebase stores teacher and question data for effortless scalability. Bluetooth Low Energy is used to connect and communicate between the app and the device, and allows for multiple device support. Google's text to speech API is used to create realistic sounding voices.
Question 11 plus 13.
With our future aim of slowly expanding our reach to potential partners worldwide, Wonder Reader will be able to help visually impaired people all over the world to learn and grow. It's a tool that truly lives up to its name, Wonder Reader.
Okay, so that's Wonder Reader, our submission video. So when you submit for solution challenge, there will be two occurrences where you guys will be submitting the demo video of your solution. So the first one is, the second one is also 2 minutes. So when we went through with solution challenge, we had to make the product, create the solution, work with the organization, and do code. And then after that, we do our first video, which is 2 minutes. And then after that, we wait for the judging. After the judging, we can do our solution again, and then we submit our second video, which is this. So Philip, maybe.
All right. So this is the Wonder Reader team. It's us four. Um, there's me. There's Jason, who's the lead for Wonder Reader. Jason Jeremy. You can just call him JJ. I'll be referring to him as that. And Arik. So we're all actually of different batches. I'm actually Jason, JJ, and Arik are my seniors, and the team formed when, due to us all being in GDSC, we were in our own GDSC at our university chapter, and we knew each other from there. And yeah, there were a few other things. Playing games was also another reason how we got to know each other. But yeah, this year we decided, well, at least for 2023, yeah, we decided, hey, let's try join Solution Challenge. And yeah, that's how we tried. But maybe first we should talk about how we got the idea in the first place. So first was this event at America here in Indonesia. They had a event for World Braille Day at the time. During our inception for our team, we actually already wanted to do something with disabled, like any sort of technology for accessibility, but we didn't know what section to take on. And lucky we have it. There was World Braille Day, and it kind of got us the idea. Oh, let's try helping the visually impaired. And we attended this event, and wow, we learned a lot. And that's where we also got into contact with a nonprofit. So if you go to the next thing, there's a Braille reader over here. This was what really opened our eyes because we never knew that this existed. But basically, the way these work is that these Braille readers, you'd have a Perkins keyboard, each representing the Braille dots, and you're able to input Braille characters, and they basically act as any device for the visually impaired to use for day-to-day activities, note taking, reading books, studying. Basically, one of the different devices that they use in their daily for Braille. So if you go to the next slide, this is basically how Braille works. The visually impaired have to essentially feel these dots, which each represent words or characters. And in this case, it can be in the form of words or numbers. And we mostly found this out when we went to a nonprofit called Yayasan Mitra Netra. If you go to the next slide, there's a picture with us and uh, Pak Budi, basically. So over there is when we found out the real problem statement of refreshable braille displays being expensive. We never before this we never even knew that braille displays even existed in the first place. But he really accentuated the fact that how unaffordable they were. If I'm not wrong, the most like popular braille display is like around $800, and that's without shipping or taxes involved. Shipping over here to Indonesia, that could be a lot of money, and that's really tough for the visually impaired. So that's when we decided, hey, let's try and make our own refreshable braille display and try and make it affordable, or add some basically some Google technology mix into it. Jason, Arik, anything you guys want to add?
I mean, yeah, to put it into perspective, how expensive a braille display is, like an 800 or $1,000 is almost several months worth of paycheck for minimum wage, and that is just very unaffordable in our current state. And the thing is that braille is needed for teaching more scientific stuff, STEM related stuff, because even though text to speech technology is pretty good, like most people can get by with just using text to speech technology, like in their computer or in their phone. But say you want to teach like a math equation, how are you supposed to do that without braille? So that's the problem statement that we want to address. Yeah. Philip?
Okay, so this was the early prototype. Well, not really prototype even. This is before the prototype. This is still very early development for One Reader. We used this is how our braille cells looked back then. Jason, maybe you could talk more about it. This is 3D
Okay.
printed. There were springs, and like on the right is like a. We didn't have a mobile app. It wasn't native. We used like a web app, and it was so bad back then. But yeah, yeah, Jason, you can maybe go on about
Yeah.
the braille cells.
Okay, so we made our braille cells using 3D printers. So initially we used the 3D printer in our campus, but we quickly found out that it was kind of shit. So basically we had to buy one of our own. So I bought one using money I got from my last internship. And basically uh, we got inspiration from YouTube. We checked some papers and we quickly tried a prototype of a braille cell. So I'm gonna show how it works later. But basically, here, if you can see my mouse, uh, if you push this, the one of the dots will raise, and if you pull it, it will go down. So that's basically the principle of our braille cell. And after it works, we quickly attach it to some microcontrollers, some motors, and then we coded a code that can communicate with the internet with our web app. And so we can send something in the question and we can make it appear on our braille cells. So this is our first design. It was kind of big and bulky, and you can see that not everything fits nicely because this is really our first time 3D printing stuff and making stuff in Fusion 360. And you can see the mechanism here. So there's a bunch of motors that pushes and pulls the braille dots, and you have the ESP32 microcontroller here, and you have the power going out here. And so it kind of works, but it kind of doesn't work. So we have to make a video out of this. And so we made a video with the previous device, and thankfully we got accepted into top 100. So in that phase, we can really try again to make Wonder Reader version 2, which will be better, and that got us into winning solution challenge. So this is our second device. So it's much smaller than the first device, and it's more compact. And you can see there's the braille cells at the middle. And by the way, we chose SDG goal number 4 and goal number 10 for our solution. You can choose one, you can choose many, but you have to have at least one. in your project. And this is the mechanism of OneReader version 2, if you see the video. So we turn it on, the motor moves, and then it gets into position, and then it starts to display a text. So that's H, A, and oh, the video is got it. Okay. So this is the mechanism for OneReader version 2. So yeah, you can see the mechanism here, and you can see the Android mobile app on the right. So we feel like, so in the first submission we made the web app, right? And we found out that it's kind of bad because imagine this: you're in a rural area and you don't really have internet. So what do? You cannot access the web app. And so we figured out that a way to make this better is to use an Android app that connects to WonderReader using Bluetooth. So WonderReader uses ESP32, which there we go, which has Bluetooth in it. So we can take advantage of that using the Android app. So we can use it without any internet connection. So yeah. So back to Philip.
Okay, so this is one of the few user testing we've had with the nonprofit that we worked with. Basically, it is a nonprofit organization for the visually impaired here in Indonesia, and they had a lot of volunteers who were willing to help us for testing and all of these different things. And I'll just tell you this: the feeling of having this being tested and then being able to actually read the braille and let us know what was being displayed was a euphoric feeling. It was amazing. It really went to show that, hey, this project is actually a real thing and it actually works. So yeah, this was one of our main eureka moments, you could say. It's like the turning point in our solution. To be honest, I'd say it's one of the reasons why we're top three. It's mostly because of this right here. So yeah, next slide. So this is the timeline essentially for Wonder Reader's development during Solution Challenge. We had our team formed Project Lily, December of 2022. Then we had the At America event, and we visited the nonprofit called Mitra Netra. And then in the months after that, we worked on revision 1 and we submitted it. And that's when we got top 100, and that's where we met our mentor. And the time span from revision 1 to revision 2 was only I think like a month or two. It was really bad, but yeah. And then we got top 10 and it was demo day. And yeah, that's essentially the timeline of Wonder Reader's development. Next slide. So I guess this is really like mostly the perks, like the benefit of what we got from winning. So first of all, we were featured on Google Developers official blog, and another thing is we were contacted by local news, television. Google Indonesia was very helpful in the fact that they were willing to help us with PR and all of these different things. So we were being contacted by news outlets, being interviewed. We were on TV. We were on different articles. It was crazy. It's an amazing experience. But yeah, moving on. We also had a very amazing experience of being able to go to Google Indonesia's headquarters. That over there on the right is the managing director for Google Indonesia. His name is Randy Yusuf, and he's a big deal. And it was really fun being able to talk to him and just share a little bit about our solution. He seemed very interested, so it was really fun. So it was cool as well. Google headquarters, they had like a canteen. It was really cool. It was like on the top of a building. Yeah. And next up is what's next. Maybe Jason can talk a bit more about in this part.
Maybe I'll give it to Arik.
Okay, fine. I'll do it. So what's next? Of course. Okay. I guess before that, I want to introduce we did say that our inspiration was from the At America event, but at the same time, from the start of the project, we wanted to make something for the visually impaired. Even though we talked a lot about the competition, um, in the end, with or without the competition, I feel like we would have still went on with the project. It's a great incentive, but of course, we had the idea before the competition. We just integrated it. Um, but what's next is that we're trying to make this into a viable product. So, make the cost significantly lower, make it have features like maybe you can teach math with it, or maybe you can. Currently, we're working on something, but I'm not sure if we can reveal that yet. Um, but yeah, trying to make a company and then monetize it and hopefully make the lives of visually impaired people better quality of life for them. That's the current plan. If you have
Yeah.
anything to add, Jason.
So after the competition, like Arik said, we decided to want to build a company. So this is already beyond solution challenge. So we're just gonna share with you guys if you guys are interested too. Uh, we figured out that since we are all computer science students, we quickly figure out that we are really lacking in business skills and economic skills and the skills on how to run a company. So we all have to learn how to build a company. Uh, we attended startup acceleration courses, events. We meet up with more people, connect with more people, so that we can get our products out there. We even have plans to contact with our government, and so the road is still long. And I think this is also one thing that is really good for solution challenge is how you think about the future. Maybe you can express that in a demo video or the essay. I mean, the is it an essay? No, it's more like some paragraphs that you have to send to Google. So in the submission, if you guys don't know, besides a video, we have also to submit. So they give us a Google form. In the Google form, they ask like questions: what is the scalability of your product? What is the problem statement you guys are trying to solve? So you guys can fill several paragraphs, and I think if you can think a lot about the future, and you can think of about this in a business perspective, it will help a lot. That's just my opinion. And we're making a new Wonder Reader Mark III, and hopefully this is the last one. So this video is already from 2 months ago. The design is completely different from this, but essentially, we're no longer using motors to actuate the braille dots, but instead we're using magnets. So this is just a little bit of a piece for you guys. So where we're using magnets because magnets are fast and fast is good. Do you guys agree? Do you agree? Of course, you guys agree. Okay, so that's the new mechanism for Wonder Reader, and yeah, uh, there's a lot of things you guys can do with Google technologies since this is a really nice environment. AI, mobile development, and yeah, I guess that ends our sharing session. Thank you very much, guys. This is our Instagram, our email, and our site, which is still work in progress too. Mm, Philip, Arik, do you guys have anything to add?
Nope.
Follow us on Instagram.
Thank you. Yeah, very cool. Oh, yeah, oh, okay, nice. Oh yeah,
All right.
I guess I have something to add. Sorry. We forgot to mention that after getting top 100, we got a mentor from Google. So the mentor of us is from Canada. His name is Muhammad. He helped us ideate on our project, find flaws, what could be done better, how we should continue with this. Even helped us with some business stuff and feature stuff which we might need in the past. And so we're very thankful for Muhammad. And yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you folks for sharing your journey with us. Wonder Reader is truly a remarkable project. I hope it could really help and be accessible to the visually impaired in the future at an affordable price. Your experiences are truly inspiring and provide valuable insights for all of us. Now, if you all are ready, without further ado, shall we start with the first question? Okay, so first question being, how did you approach the challenge with a unique perspective or innovation?
Uh, Jason, you want to take this?
Okay, sure. I guess uh, at the start, we since this is a competition and uh, you can't really you really have nothing to lose in a competition, so uh, we decided we decided to open our minds to doing something really hard. In this case, doing hardware, since hardware is something kind of weird if you think about it, because we are all computer science student, and suddenly we're trying to do hardware. So I think it forces us to think from a new perspective, to to work really hard to make this work. And if, let's say, we fail, then hey, we already learned a lot and we learned something new, which is hardware and Bluetooth and Android development from the perspective for visually impaired users. And if we win, we win. So I think that's our mentality back then. uh, Philip, Arik, maybe something to add? No.
I think for me, it's like you should just keep being curious, honestly, during the competition. Look at, your competition, look at other people. I think for me the real part is mostly finding a real tangible solution to create, because sure, innovation is really important, but I think innovation comes from finding the problem in the real world in itself first and foremost. You're not going to be able to create a solution otherwise. And I think us contacting the nonprofit in the first place and finding the problem statement was really what made us start thinking and made us start opening up our minds to many different solutions that we could come up with. That's small, I think. Arik, you want to add anything?
Probably just the fact that sure, it's a competition and we took it pretty seriously, but in the end, for us, at least for me, I don't know about the other people, but I just want to make cool stuff. And then if this competition can help us, um how do I say this, give the pressure for us to make the thing, why not? There's nothing really to lose, and even if you lose, we can still keep working on the thing if it's still cool to us. So just do that.
Yeah.
Great. That's actually a very unique and amazing way of approaching your problem. I guess this is one of the reasons why your team stood out from the others. Okay, so next question. What advice would you give to the students or teams considering to participate in the Google Solution Challenge?
Just join, just do it. I don't think, like, in my opinion, people are a little bit too scared or shy in joining something like this. But in reality, you really lose nothing from joining. If you're in, you're in. If you lose, you lose. So, like, in my opinion, it's really worth the try. You're missing an amazing opportunity right in front of your eyes. It's a yearly event, so I think any student who is interested, even in the slightest, should just join. Even if they don't have an idea at the start. I mean, we didn't really have an idea at the start, and we just joined anyway, you know. So, in my opinion, I think, yeah, you know, if you, what's the parable? If you reach for the stars, you're gonna land on the moon anyways, right? So, I think you should give it a try. That's just what I think.
Yeah,
Huh. That's a
completely
great
agree.
advice. Yes. Okay, the next question. What are the most popular domains in Solution Challenge according to you?
Sorry, domains.
Oh, that's interesting. Domains like uh, bidang, tema, the theme, yeah, Phil.
Oh,
Like healthcare. I I kind of forgot, but yeah, but I think it's healthcare and education. Yeah. I guess you can search if you go to Solution Challenge website and you see the winners, the top 100. Yeah, I think you can quickly see the trend for what's there. So we have top three, right? One reader is for disability, Busbusters for mosquitoes. So I guess it's like IoT solution uh, for tracking mosquito, and mosquitoes has something to do with health too. And
it's like
Singapore at home.
dengue fever, right? Like Zika and all that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then you have farming. It's kind of diverse actually. Now that I see it again, yeah, you kind of have something for everything. But yeah, I guess I'm seeing a lot of healthcare here. I'm gonna send the link if you guys are interested to look at it in the chat. Oh,
Wasn't there
something
some
sustainability too.
wasn't there some
Apa?
other projects on accessibility, Jason? I feel like I remember some.
But yeah, I remember seeing some things too. There's no stunting,
Last year there
not
was one
food.
for deaf, if I'm not mistaken. It was like for sign language.
Oh yeah,
There's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you guys can look at a lot of different case studies from this year or last year's winners as well. There are a lot of examples. I think like for 2021, that was like during COVID era. There were a lot of like COVID related solutions as well. So yeah, you guys can check those out if you like.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Do you think there's any particular reason why students tend to go towards healthcare or such domains?
For me, in my opinion, I think it's because it's a very like tangible problem, and usually these problems are very relevant in the real world. So I think it's good to go to. It's by no means like a bad like problem statement, but like there are different there's definitely a lot of variety in most of these um solutions. So I just don't want to like, I'm just saying, like, I don't want to encourage like the people who want to join, like they don't have to join in the healthcare domain. They can do other things that purely interest them. Maybe for the people who pick healthcare, there's also maybe the fact that they've also experienced it in the past, maybe firsthand. Like for example, like COVID. Maybe for the other solutions, they've already heard of other people they knew who are hit by these different diseases. There's that possibility. But in my opinion, I think if you really wanted to make a solution and you wanted to pick a domain and what you wanted to do, it should be something that you yourself are interested in. And even if it's something new, you're still willing to learn new stuff about it. That's just what I think.
And if I
Okay,
can
cool.
add,
Yeah,
sorry.
go ahead.
Um, I think the problem of healthcare and accessibility is very addressable in my opinion, because we had a lot of healthcare submission during the COVID years, and um I remember, was it one of the top three submission last year? Yeah, it was one of the mosquito thing we were talking about, like a lot of um maybe diseases involving mosquitoes. And in Indonesia, there was a solution involving no stunting, so that would be lack of nutrition. Stuff like that is very easily seen, I guess, and you can, from that visibility, you can more easily formulate a solution for that. That's what I think, at least. Yeah.
Okay, great. Eric, like you already mentioned, like anybody who's interested in this challenge should participate, right? But like some students will be having, that those thoughts, like what level of expertise that one requires to, in any tech stack for participating in the solution challenge. Because at the end, you have to actually, know some certain tech stacks to actually build a solution, like you did in Wonder Reader.
Mm, yeah, I think uh, for us, we don't really have to have a huge expertise in something when we are jumping into this project because again uh, we literally bought a 3D printer at the start of this project not knowing whether we'll succeed or not. We don't even know how to use it. We just start like designing stuff. What I'm trying to say is learning while doing, learning as you go is really possible because that's most of us are doing that too. uh, we don't really touch mobile development, but we're still going anyways. We also don't really do hardware, but we're learning as we go. And uh, 2 years ago, mm, we also entered. Some of our members also entered Children Challenge. Me, Philip, JJ. Sorry, me, JJ, Arik, and one other person named Monique, and we also got into top 10, and we're also still really new at the domain we're creating. We don't really know the tech stack that we're using, but we're still going with it anyways. So yeah, you can definitely learn as you go. Yeah, it works.
I think I want to add on to that. From revision 1 to revision 2, we swapped from a web app to a full native mobile application. So we learned Jetpack Compose in like a month, basically. And we pulled it off because there was, I guess, the motivation inside of us. We were all very curious as well. We've never given it a try. It was fairly new at the time. And yeah, we pulled it off at the end of the day. And I think if I'm not wrong, yeah, I heard this from another, like I think I heard from them, but it was one of the top 10 finalists in 2023. They're also from India. They were from Chennai, I think, Vellore Institute of Technology. It was only two students. I think they were first years, and they already made a solution. It was called Femunity, and they got top 10. So yeah, yeah, yeah. So just to put the perspective, I think that's super impressive. At the end of the day, what Google wants really is a solution, right? They really want the idea, more like it, rather than the actual physical product, in my opinion. And if you have a physical product, that's great. In fact, that's what you want, but it doesn't have to be super technically impressive. As long as it's a good proof of concept, I think you're very easily able to reach top 100 or top 10. That's just, yeah, that's definitely doable.
Okay, so anybody who has an innovative solution should actually go for this challenge, and one can then learn throughout the process, right? Okay, then looking back, what are some key lessons you and your team learned from participating in this challenge that you would like to share?
Anyone want to go first?
How do we start? Well, I guess one obvious thing aside from the tech that we're doing is we learn a lot about ourselves, right? uh, I mean, going to the foundation, talking with the people there, uh, hearing about what the user is doing, the visually impaired people that we're trying to help with on the reader, and participating in some of the events. mm, it really changes your outlook on life a bit, and I guess in the in the competition itself, you get to learn your teammates. You get to learn what kind of person you turn into when you're, let's say, figure out that something doesn't work in the team, or something something goes wrong. And yeah, it's a learning experience, this competition, for me, I think, aside from all the tech stuff, which is like, uh, okay, Arik.
Hmm. Um, I want to emphasize a bit more on the organizational stuff related because everybody competing, when we were competing, everybody was pretty busy. We all had our own stuff to do. Like some people had internships, some people had um their thesis. I'm not sure, but everybody was busy was the main point. Um, Even if the competition was a driving force for the project, in the end, um, all of us were all of us have to be self motivated to keep continuing the project. And I think one of the main lessons that we learned was how do we keep that motivation? How do we keep going within the project, even if it's crumbling apart sometimes? I mean, sure, it's a lot easy in retrospect to see, like, hey, we did this, but of course, while doing it, it's not that easy. You have anything, Phil?
For me, it's honestly the soft skills mostly. I think us as computer science students, we're really focused on the product development, the tech, but we never really consider the end users who are going to be able to use our product, right? And I think being able to communicate and being able to showcase your progress, or being able to interact with visually impaired in general, was really fun in hindsight, and it was really interesting. There's like a lot of small little things, like having to feel their hand first before you shake their hand. Like there's a lot of different small things like that that really speaks to me that, man, like, before solution challenge, I wouldn't know how to do that at all. I wouldn't know anything about this, right? So I think for me, it's really the communication aspect. I think that I learned a lot during this solution challenge. Yeah.
That's truly inspiring. I guess this solution challenge was actually a turning point in your lives, right? Okay, so all the struggles are, after all, inevitable when we take up such challenges, and we ought to keep moving forward and keep motivating ourselves. We all really appreciate you for sharing these valuable insights with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eric, Jason, and Madhav.
I think we have a question.
Okay. So,
Piyush, you are audible.
know that your solution has a X factor that's going to get you selected. On out of n numbers of solutions, yours what the best? Can you give us a breakdown of how you proceeded with the approaching the problem to the final solution?
Do you want to answer that, Jason, or not?
Uh, I don't really understand. How do you know that your solution has the X factor? Uh,
Mm, if I can add, oh, go ahead, Jason.
oh no,
Oh
no,
no, I
no.
was gonna say you can go first, Arik.
Okay. I mean, of course, we wanted to make the solution, and we want to have it be useful to real people. But I don't think we thought about it that much. Of course, we liked our product and we wanted it to win. But in terms of we really want to win this competition, it's kind of a make this project first and then maybe on the side win this competition. I don't know if others share my view, but that's how I see it.
I think for me, it's like I think the easy answer of how do you know that your solution has X factor? I think the plain and simple answer is we don't. We don't know if our solution is the best from the other solutions. That's like very subjective, first and foremost, and second, we don't know the competition yet before top 100 or before like the announcement date. So it's super hard to quantify. And I think for a breakdown of how we proceeded with the the problem, it's more so the fact that we first and foremost we contributed closely with the nonprofit. We talked, we gave them several ideas. They shared their own ideas as well, and we thought, okay, this is doable. So it's a lot of okay, is this doable? Will this work theoretically? Because at the end of the day, they understand the problem statement more than we do. We're at the end of the day, we're only developers. We don't know the space for the visually impaired or accessibility in general. So we were still learners and we were still curious and we wanted to know. And I think that's mostly the breakdown of how we ended up having the solution. It's more so being, I guess, humble and being learners from start to finish. Like we're not uh, professional developers, even though we're top three Google Solution Challenge. We're still learning till now. That's the main thing of it. But just know that even when you don't know if your solution is better than others, I think it's not correct to compare it to other solutions in general. I don't think that's a very healthy mindset. You should always be confident that your solution is yours, first and foremost, that you created and that you're proud of, and that you genuinely believe in. That's yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, I think the key. Ca- I agree on some aspects with Philip. I think it's about believing in your solution and making it the best and the craziest you can make it. And I, maybe one of the things that can make it an X factor is to make it unique, something you've never done, something that's not really being thought of. Maybe that's what you mean. Uh, yeah, that's just my opinion.
I hope, Sankit, you have got your answer. So yeah. So thank you, Eric, Jason, and Flippers for sharing your experience and guide upcoming participants for the solution challenge. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Can you? Okay. You guys can find them here. Here, the social of Eric, Jason, and Jason, Jeremy, and Flippers. And the link is also available in the chat box. So yeah. So now quiz time. Like we have made a small quiz. Okay. So like just scan this QR and we'll be on the Slido.
Are we allowed to join the quiz?
It's up to you. Like you have know most of the answers.
Okay, I'll give a chance to the audience then.
I've also put the link in the chat box. So the quiz is live. So the first question is, how many sustainable development goals is there? So 70, 80 people are saying 17. Yeah, that's the right answer. So let's move into the next question. SDGs full form. 100% sustainable development goals. Nice. So like most of you have know the full form of SDG now. Which of the following is not a sustainable goal? Basically, gender equality is one of the sustainable goals. No poverty is also a sustainable goal. 50% people are saying gender equality is not a sustainable goal. So basically, so moving to the next question. When were the Sustainable Development Goals born? So most of you are saying that to 2012. That's the right answer. So the last question for the quiz is, who created sustainable goals? Like 77% people have got the right answer, UN. Right. So that's all about the quiz. So now over to Divyanshi.
Yeah, thank you everyone for your patience and time. If anybody has any doubts, please drop down in the chat box. We'll be answering them. I guess everything is clear then. Okay, so moving forward, thank you to our speakers for giving their time to us. If you would like to give some final remarks, you may go ahead.
Okay, I think you can give from me and then we can go down. All right. So I guess my final remarks would be, you guys should try First Solution Challenge. It's amazing experience. It's life changing, to be honest. Anyone in their life should at least try it once in their tech journey, in their, especially while you're still a student. You should definitely do it while you still can. Um, and yeah, I think you'll learn a lot, not just in the tech aspect. You'll learn a lot, uh, basically about yourself. Soft skills, just like I'm just saying that you should just join Solution Challenge. I think it's amazing, and you'd be missing out a lot if you missed out for this like next year for 2024. And I think anyone should at least try to attempt it, no matter what year they're in. If they're not confident, if they're confident, as long as you have a team of people who are willing to go with, uh, you should just give it a try. That's just what I think. Jason, Arik, anything you guys want to add?
I agree with Philip. He kind of said everything I wanted to say. Just try it. Um, Maybe you'll win, maybe you don't. Either way, it'll be like a learning experience. And don't worry too much about the quality of the project that you made. I mean, even if it's good, even if it's bad, like it's about the journey, I guess. Yeah, Jason.
Yeah, I think I have no more things to add. Agree with both of my friends here.
Okay, then. Once again, thank you for making out time from your busy schedule for our event and informing us about the importance of this hackathon and giving us advices on how one should proceed with this hackathon. We truly appreciate it. So that's it, folks. We'll be ending the event here. Thank you for coming, taking part with us.
Okay, thanks everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.